Hello, I'm Mrs. McMenemy and this is an introduction to psychology. First of all, I wanted to say it's very exciting that you're going to study psychology, and it's so relevant at this time of pandemic, and there are so many issues going on surrounding that. So the sort of things that you'll be studying are things like social influence, so things like compliance. We know that some people have really complied with lockdown rules and other people haven't. Why is that? What is the behaviour behind that? A second area is memory. How are our memories created and how are they stored? And once they're stored, do they change? Can we trust them? Can we trust eyewitness accounts? A third area is attachment. When we are very small, we make attachments to the adults around us, and those attachments can then have an influence on relationships we have the rest of our lives. Approaches in psychology. You can look at psychology as a biologist and think about the genetics behind psychology, or there are other approaches too. So you're going to be looking at psychology from different angles. The area that people get very excited about is the psychopathology, where things go a little bit wrong, or sometimes very wrong. And you'll be looking at things like phobias and how they start, and perhaps more importantly, how they're treated, how people can overcome their phobias. And then a big area is research methods. So if you're going to be studying behaviour and mental processes, how can you do that? It's actually quite tricky. So in psychology, you can do experiments, but that's quite limited. There are other tools. You can observe, just sit back and watch. Self-report is often used, so you're asking people specific questions about what they're doing and how they're feeling. And we need to be able to understand the maths in research. So a lot of data is going to be presented to you, and you need to be able to unpick it and understand it. So we have AS psychology and we have applied psychology, two separate courses, and that content is pretty much the same for both, but how they're presented and how you're assessed is slightly different. In AS you have 2 exams, and in applied you have 1 exam and then internal assignments, which is based on doing a psychology research project of your own. So that's the main differences, and also the differences may come into what you do with that psychology. So AS, you may decide you want to do A-level and then you really enjoy it and you want to do some more, and you go on to do a degree in psychology, which may lead into becoming a psychotherapist, a counsellor, educational psychologist, or another career path in psychology. Or indeed it might lead you into anything else, because psychology is very important for every path that we follow. And in applied psychology, because the course is a bit more hands-on and relevant almost to everyday life, it often leads into courses like sports coaching or early years education, where psychology is an element in those. So what are your lessons going to look like? They're going to be about 120 minutes with a break in the middle, and the teaching methods will be very familiar to you, but there'll be a lot more collaboration. This will not be a matter of me lecturing or your teachers lecturing to you. They will expect you to come and join in and really engage in the lessons, share ideas, and be able to feel brave enough to do that and present to each other. It's going to be great fun, and I really hope you enjoy it. I'm sure you will. Thanks.